Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. I am Miss Bushra Tanveer. This is Social Studies class for grade 7. This is our 10th video of this virtual class. In this class we shall study chapter number 11 from social book 2. Dear students, after today's lesson we shall be able to understand the text given in chapter 11. We shall be able to understand the MCQs, short question answers and the long question answers given in the exercise. Dear students, today we shall study chapter number 11. The heading of this chapter is Islam in Southeast Asia. So we shall start our lesson from the first paragraph. Now I shall start reading. Islam was taken to Southeast Asia not through military conquest by the Arab armies but by the Muslim merchants and the traders from Arabia and India. We know there had been trade in spices and jewels between India and Southeast Asia as early as 5th century CE because carving with Sanskrit writing of that time have been found there. Some of the inhabitants of Malaysia and Indonesia were Hindus or Buddhists, but the majority worshipped their own local gods. Dear students, first of all, it is very important for you to know the name of the countries which are in Southeast Asia. The countries which are located in Southeast Asia, these countries' names are Malaysia, Indonesia, Java, China, Philippines, and also the India, Pakistan. All these countries are located in Southeast Asia. So in this chapter we shall discuss that how the Islam spread in these countries or in the Southeast Asia. Dear students, in these countries or in the Southeast Asia, Islam spread by the Muslim merchants and the traders from Arabia and India. As we know that there had been trade in spices and jewels between the India and the Southeast Asia as early as the 5th century, and some of the people of Malaysia and Indonesia, most of them were Hindus and the Buddhists, and most of them worship their own local god. Now the second paragraph. In the Mughal period, Muslim traders increased their activity in Southeast Asia and many of them settled on the coasts permanently. They traded all the year and sent the goods back to India. When the ships arrived with favorable winds, the local people admired the honesty and sincerity of these merchants, and many along the coastline became Muslims. The basic tenet of Islam, the Quran, the practice of prayers and the fasting and observance of their prescribed injunctions are the same in Southeast Asia as anywhere else in the Islamic world. Dear students, in front of your computer screen, you can see on the slide there is a picture of a mosque. This mosque is called the Sultan Mosque in Singapore. Sultan Mosque is a mosque located at Muscat Street and North Branch. It was named after Sultan Hussain Shah. In 1975, it was designated as a national monument, and in this mosque is sufficient for 5,000 Muslims, or we can say the 5,000 people can performed or prayed or the placed in this mosque. So in this paragraph we shall see that first of all we will discuss about the period. The period from 1500 to 1800 was crucial in the spread of Islam in this region. Initially, the faith found a following along the coastline of the Malaysian and Indonesian island as the local people came in contact with Arab and Indian Muslim merchants. The next thing which is discussed in this paragraph is that the Muslims, the Mughal period, the Muslim traders increased their activity in Southeast Asia, and many of the people settled permanently over there, and few of them they just came over there for the purpose of the trade or for the purpose of the business. And on that time, the people traveled through ship, and almost traveling was done by a sea or on the water. And the local people admired the honesty and the sincerity of these merchants, and many along the coastline became Muslims. And in the second paragraph, the thing which is discussed over here, that the basic things of these, or the common thing of these countries, that all of them are the Muslims and they have to follow the teachings of Islam, and the people practiced or performed salah and keep fast, and many other common practices are over there in their religions. Means the people have to perform prayer and fasting. These are also the common religious practice in these countries. Now we shall see the next paragraph from this chapter. The next largest Muslim country in this region is Malaysia. Islam was brought to this country as early as the 7th century CE by Arab traders from Hadramaut region of Arabia. Merchants also settled in Philippines, and Islam spread to some of its islands. When the Spanish conquered the Philippines in the late 16th century, they imposed the Roman Catholic Christian religion on most of the people. Today, Muslims represent only about 5% of the population. Yes, students, in the first paragraph is discussed about, first of all, we know about that the Indonesia has the largest number of Muslims than any other country in the world. 222.8 million people lived in Indonesia, and that was the Muslims. Islam is said to have spread there through the Sufis, but the history is not recorded in detail. And also in the north tip of Sumatra was known in the 17th century as the golden age of Islam in Asia. It means in the 17th century, on that time the Islam spread, or we can say that spread quickly in Indonesia. And also the thing which is the local culture and the customs have all been observed into the traditions. And in many later centuries, though there have been a trend towards Orthodox Islam, as centuries of learning madrasas were set up in Indonesia. And the next largest Muslim country in this region is Malaysia, and Islam was brought to this country as early as 7th century CE. and also by the Arab traders. Islam spread there in that country by the traders, or we can say the people who came over there just for the purpose of business. Through that, the Islam spread over there. The next paragraph is discuss about merchant also settled in Philippines, and Islam spread in the some island. And also you know about that when the Spanish conquered the Philippines in the late 16th century, they imposed the Roman Catholic Christian religion on the most of the people. Today the Muslim represent only about 5% of the population. So in Philippines, Islam spread to some of its island, but in Roman Catholic Christian religion was imposed by Spanish conquerors in the 16th century. Today, Muslims constitute only about 5% of its population. Now we shall see the next paragraph. The Great Silk Route is perhaps the most famous route followed by traders and travelers, and it was through them that Islam reached China. In India, Muslims form 13.4% of the population of 1.2 billion. In China, the Muslims account for 1.5% of Muslims of the population, and they live mainly in the western provinces. Now here we shall discuss about how the Islam is spread in China. The traditional trade routes from Western Asia to the east have to be transported the faith of Islam from Arabia to Central Asia and China. The Great Silk Route is perhaps the most famous route followed by traders and the travelers, and it was through them that Islam reached China. Through this route, in India, Muslim forms 13.4% of population of 1.2 billion, and in China, the Muslims account for 1.5% of the population, and in China, almost 14 million people who lived over there, they are the Muslims, and they are mostly lived in the western part of the western region of China. And Islam spread from the Khanat of Bukhara, seats of Uzbekistan government, and it was located as a major trade route between the China and from India. Now the next paragraph, the Central Asian states gained independence after the breakup of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic (USSR) as Russia was known in 1990. Before their independence, their people, like those of other faiths, have been unable to practice their religion freely in 1917, but now they have reverted to the faith of their forefathers. So in this paragraph we shall discuss how the Islam spread in the Central Asian state. The Central Asian state, how the Islam was spread over there. In Central Asian state, the Khanate of Bukhara, which was the seat of the Uzbek government, was the center from which Muslims spread to surrounding areas. As this was also located on the major trade route, the Central Asian state gained their independence in 1990 after the breakup of Soviet Union of Socialist Republic. As Russia was known, they were not allowed to practice their religion freely since 1917, but now they follow their faith. So Dear students, this is the last paragraph of this chapter. I think each and every paragraph which I discussed with you is clear to you, and there are also few paragraphs left in the book. You can, that is very easy for you, the text which is given in the book, and when you will read the text 2 or 3 times, then you can understand each and every thing from this chapter. Now we shall see the MCQs given in this chapter. The first MCQ, the period from dash was a crucial in spread of Islam in Southeast Asia. Option A 1500 to 1800, option B 1600 to 1800, option C 1700 to 1800, and option D 1600 to 1900. So the period from dash was a crucial in the spread of Islam in Southeast Asia. The correct option or the correct answer, option A 15 to 1800. Now the MCQ number 2, by dash Islam was established on the rich and populous island of Java. Option A 1800, option B 1900, option C 2000, and option D 1600. The correct option is option A. By 1800, Islam was established on the rich and the populous island of Java. Now the MCQ number 3, dash has the largest number of Muslims than any other country in the world. Option A Malaysia, option B Iran, option C Indonesia, and option D Pakistan. The correct option is option D. Indonesia has the largest number of Muslims than any other country in the world. Now MCQ number 4, Muslims in China live mainly in the dash regions. Option A Western, option B Eastern, option C Northern, and option D Southern. So the correct option is option A. Muslim in China live mainly in Western regions. MCQ number 5, Islam was taken to dash by the Persians and Mongols. Option A China, option B Iran, option C Pakistan, and option D Bangladesh. The correct option is China. Islam was taken to China by the Persians and Mongols. MCQ number 6, the Great Silk Road links Pakistan to dash. Option A China, option B Afghanistan, option C Iran, and option D Bangladesh. The correct option is A. The Great Silk Road links Pakistan to China. MCQ number 7, in India, Muslims form dash percent of the population of 1 billion. Option A 11, option B 12, option C 13, and option D 14. The correct option is option A. In India, Muslims form 11% of the population of 1 billion. MCQ number 8, the Central Asia states gained independence after the breakup of USSR in dash. In 1880, option B 1990, option C 1992, and option D 1993. The correct option is option B 1990. The Central Asia states gained independence after the breakup of USSR in 1990. Dear students, now we shall see the short question answer from this chapter. The first question, which country has the largest number of Muslims? What was the population in 2007? Indonesia was the largest number of Muslims than any other country in the world. Its population was 222.8 million in 2007. Question number 2. What was the religion in Malaysia and Indonesia in past? Answer. Some of the inhabitants of Malaysia and Indonesia were Hindus and Buddhists, but the majority worshipped their own local gods. Short question number 3. What is the Muslim population in China? Where do they live in China? The answer. There are over 14 million Muslims in China and they live in the western provinces. Question number 4. What was the golden age in Indonesia? The egg kingdom at the northern tip of Sumatra was known in the 17th century as the golden age of Islam in Indonesia. Question number 5. When were the Central Asian states got independence? The Central Asian states got independence after the breakup of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics USSR as Russia was known in 1990. Yes students, now we shall see the question answer from the exercise. Long question. Number 1. How did Islam spread to Southeast Asia and when? Islam was spread to Southeast Asia by the Muslim merchants and traders of Arabia and India who went to trade in spices and jewels in the 7th century CE. They later settled down along the coast of Malaysia and Indonesia from the 16th century onwards. Question number 2. Find out more about Muslims in Indonesia, Malaysia and China in present times. What are the common practices and features among them? The basic tenets of Islam, the Quran, the practice of prayers and fasting, and observance of other prescribed injunctions as the same in Southeast Asia as anywhere else in the Islamic world. Now, question number 3. Look up the facts about the Central Asian states that are known art of Muslim world. How have their lives changed over the years? The answer. The Central Asia state came under communist rule as a part of Russia in early 20th century. The practice of religion was forbidden, particularly under Stalin, who dispersed the Muslims and even forced them to drop their last name in an effort to dilute their identity. However, even after the breakup of USSR in the 1980s, the people have reasserted their identity as Muslims and freely practice their religion. Dear students, now see the homework. Read the text given in chapter number 11. In chapter number 11, you read the text 2 or 3 times, then each and everything will be clear for you. And learn and write MCQs, short question answer and the long question answers given in the textbook. See you in the next video. Goodbye.